And we're live.
Welcome to the Township of Bonnechere Valley Committee meeting on Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. We're meeting at 1:30 p.m. in council chambers. I call this meeting to order. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
Before we get there, Mr. Chair, I'd just like to read a statement if I may. Very upsetting. This morning I received this from Councillor Patrick. Good morning, Annette, Sandra, and Mayor Murphy. It has been a great honor serving the residents of the Township of Bonnechere Valley. However, I will be resigning as a councillor for the Township of Bonnechere Valley as of August 31st, 2025. It has been a tremendous privilege working with you, Mayor Murphy, Annette, Sandra, and Township staff over the years. I wish you and all our residents best of luck in your future decisions, and it's signed Brent Patrick. And so it is with great regret that I just made that announcement. On behalf of our council and our community, I want to thank Brent for his service, dedication, and contributions during his 7 years on council. His efforts in representing residents and advancing local priorities have been valued, and we wish him nothing but the best with his business and his young family. Councillor Patrick's seat will be declared vacant at our September 2nd meeting. As required under the Municipal Act, council must consider options to fill the vacant seat. I would like each of you to consider the following options and return to our September 16th meeting with the options you will best serve the township. The options include appointing a qualified individual to serve the remainder of term, whether by appointment, through application, or from previous candidates, or holding a by-election to allow residents to choose a new councillor. Council will discuss these options at our September 16th meeting to determine the most appropriate and timely way to ensure full representation for our residents. A decision, no matter what option we take, must be made by October 31st. This means if we go with appointing, whether by application or previous candidates, they must be installed by October 31st. If we decide to hold a by-election, which I will warn is very, very, very expensive, we must have a bylaw saying that we will be holding a by-election by October. We have to announce that we're holding a by-election. The announcement must be made before October 31st. So our priority is always to maintain a strong, effective council that continues to serve Bonnechere Valley with dedication and integrity. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Like all of us, I'm sad to see Brent go, and we're going to miss him.
That's a surprise. And he was valued here.
Absolutely.
Yes, he did. Great.
Now, are there any additions or changes to the agenda? Can I have a confirmation of the agenda? Sam, Tracy, it's gonna take me a while. Thank you.
It's okay, you got that one.
All in favor?
Oh,
Is there anyone at the table with a pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none, I'd like to move and ask for approval of were there any errors or omissions from the committee meeting minutes of July 15th? Seeing none, I'd like to ask for approval.
Tracy can't move because she wasn't here. I'll move them.
Okay. Do I have to record that, or you're keeping track of that? Okay, all in favor. Thank you very much. And this afternoon, we're pleased to welcome a delegation by William McDonald, and I believe Annette, is there some screen information for us as well? Okay, that's fine. Are you prepared to go ahead, please?
Okay, thank you, Mayor Murphy and council. People. One of my main concern was I have a power wheelchair, and I just had March of Dimes put $11,000 ramp so I could get from my bottom of my house up to the top of the house. The unfortunate part, there's no crosswalk anywhere near there. So I'd either need a crosswalk possibly put in that situation, and then cut the sidewalk on the other side. That's one solution. I open to whatever you guys might think that, I'm just trying to come up with something that would be inexpensive and like.
I just want to give council context. So William lives on
sorry.
Bonashir Street, not far from the Jane Street crosswalk. Sorry, William, I just thought they're not gonna know what you're talking about here. This is getting very convoluted.
Yeah,
So we have a couple of challenges because there is already a crosswalk there that we can't move, obviously, for school children, etc. The Highway Traffic Act doesn't allow for another one within 200 meters. So that would have to be figured out if you're 200 meters. So just again, to give context to this, William lives on the side of Bonashir Street with the boulevard where people park and is trying to get himself to the other side where there's an actual sidewalk. So he has to come down about what, 4 or 5 houses before he gets to the Jane Street crosswalk
yes.
in order to go across to come down. So I'm so thankful. Our road superintendent, Jason, is in the room hearing this right now. So for right now, we're going to have to let him do some research to figure out whether this is even possible. And I know that we've spoken on the phone many times, William. I know that you're very reasonable and you understand why there's no way we can move that one crosswalk.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I do understand your predicament and you're not the only one. So I've heard other people, and in fact, Annette and I were in Renfrew this morning, and as we were driving, we were spitballing different ideas. And Renfrew has a boulevard on many of their roadways, and they've got a yellow line down the center, which allows cycling and walkers to pass each other. But then that wouldn't allow for any parking whatsoever on that boulevard, so we're creating a whole other problem. But the other thing that we noted is that I have a boulevard in front of my garage in Renfrew, and the sidewalk's actually on the other side. I don't think 60 is wide enough for it, but again, I'm glad Jason's in the room, and I would leave this with you, Jay, to sort of let us know whether there are options that we could consider, because I don't think there'd be 200 meters between the original one and William's house. So that's not our rule. That's again,
I'm just.
Yeah, no. And,
Actually.
it's fantastic. Jason's here.
Yeah,
So what I would ask, William, if you don't mind, if you leave this with us,
absolutely.
and I want you to know that for the half hour, Annette and I drove to Renfrew this morning, we were spitballing different ideas for you.
Yeah,
So, and Renfrew's got some very interesting initiatives, but the yellow line down the middle wouldn't allow for anybody to park, and I don't think that's an option.
no, I wouldn't want to do that to
Yeah.
my neighbors.
Well, and the parking there is abysmal
Yeah,
as it
It's
is.
hard enough, yeah. for
Exactly,
there, so.
exactly. So, does anybody else have anything?
I mean, the only other thing is if I could convince my neighbor, because he's got the driveway that goes.
Like this?
It goes straight down from 174, the next house
Oh.
over, I guess would be 176.
Right?
He's got a double lot, so his driveway goes all the way down.
Oh, to
the
Jane
Market
Street.
Street, yeah.
Oh,
So that would help, but he's been, I guess he got, the guy that lived there before. They had a tree guy there and he left a bunch of ruts and now he's just firm. He doesn't want anybody using it. I mean, I don't blame him, but. I
neighbor disputes are difficult to get over. We all get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
But leave this with us for now, okay?
yeah, absolutely. And it just, it's just boils down to everything. Like there's so many businesses here that aren't accessible for a wheelchair.
We recognize
And
it.
I mean, we're quite a ways behind the times,
Yeah.
but big wheels turn slow and I understand that. That's one thing I do have is understanding, so.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and bringing this to our attention. And I assure you, you are not the only one. We also have a resident with a scooter and a resident with a larger wheelchair that has similar issues.
Yeah.
So
Okay, one last thing and then I'll let you go. Can we do anything about these speeding trucks going down the hill right at one, cause they're coming down the hill. They're gotta be doing 60 or 70 and they're using their Jake brakes.
That will be OPP enforcement.
Okay,
And I
so
will tell
I'll
you-
call them.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I would actually appreciate that. And I will tell you that we did have our speed sign out last week.
It was, actually,
I think it was at that,
May 26th to June 4th. And the average was, 56.04 kilometers an hour.
Okay, it's still a problem and we see it all over.
I wanna
but-
get one of those cameras like they got in Ottawa, they catch your speed and boom.
Yeah,
you
automated
take it
speed
from there.
enforcement and it
Yeah,
is coming
I'll
to the
talk
county
to
of
them,
Renfrew.
so, but thank you for letting me know that's good to talk to. Other than that, I'm done, thank you very much, it was a good learning experience for me.
You are more than
Yes,
welcome,
yes.
sir.
At some point in time, I would like to be part of this council, so.
I love it. Go ahead, Murph.
Regrettably.
Oh, sorry, John, it's your.
That you're a day late. I sat last night on the Police Services Board and had a lot of discussions over different things, but I didn't know your problem here.
Yeah,
But I pointed out to them the speed limit and whatnot.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just, I mean, I noticed it in sort of a lot of people around me,
Yeah.
it's just, it's crazy, and then. They're speeding coming down and then they're really nailing it to get up that hill.
Oh, we know.
Oh,
Oh, we know.
Okay,
You should live on my road. It's the Highway 512 Speedway.
So it's Horseshoe.
It's, yes, and it's all over, but automated speed enforcement is coming to the county of Renfrew.
okay,
So you're kind of ahead of the times.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you know that Google Maps identifies those?
Yes, they do, and I should have Google mapped it before I drove in Toronto and got one.
I accidentally figured that out. but-
Mm. All right, thank you, William. You're more than welcome to stay.
Okay,
Okay, sorry, John, back over to you.
Again, I thank you for your delegation. I'm just gonna comment that you're way too polite to be a real delegation. Okay. Moving on to council staff reports. Jason.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Jason.
So number one on my report is that, Danny Manette has retired after his 5 years of service.
Has he really retired or are you gonna end up bringing him back anyway, Jay?
I don't know.
The recurring theme on roads.
No, yeah, Danny's been gone. He had some time to use up, so he's off for a while, but, I think his birthday's this month sometime, so it'll be
Well, congratulations to Danny and all of our thanks for the
many,
many, many years of work that he's given to this municipality.
yes, for sure. We did hire a new public works, person. The name is Grayson Spence. He started on July 28th as equipment operator laborer. And, he also hired a second person who was Tom Latang. Sorry, it wasn't in the report because it was a little late when he was going to start. By the time I had this, it was already too late. Snow drifters. The Monday and Thursday, site will end on Thursday, August 28th. And then, just a straight Thursday will commence till September 4th. It's been, quite busy. Quite busy,
Really?
yes.
Okay. Is that with construction and demolition or with other things?
Construction demolition,
Then that's always a good thing.
no,
Okay. I get it, guys. It's a good thing, but a bad thing.
yes.
But a good thing, but a bad thing.
Sand Road site will be closed, September 1st for Labor Day. The Bell Street, replacement of the sidewalk has been completed. Jay Wilson paving did an amazing job,
Excellent. And under budget?
yes. Yes, for sure. The hot mix patching on McGrath has been completed.
I want to thank you and your crew for all the hot mix patching that you did prior to Taste of the Valley. Because holy Hannah, everywhere I went on a bad road, it was filled in. So thank you for that. I'm sure it was by design.
Of course. Our winter sand has been delivered and placed in the domes, so that's another project out of the way. The tenders have come in for the rehab of Highway 60 project.
They were vastly different.
Yes. Yes. So my recommendation is to award to Kavanaugh Construction for 1.667 million. For a total of, so so the amount that was granted was 1.8, I think.
That's correct.
Yes, so we have put 400 and some thousand in.
It's all good.
The garbage truck. My final negotiation was for a price of $256. And I would recommend the purchase of this Freightliner 2024. For the 256 plus HST. This truck now will also be subsidized through the blue box,
Yes.
so everyone's aware.
But great negotiation on this piece of equipment. Really, truly superb work, Jason.
Thanks.
I'm hearing horror stories from colleagues about all the equipment that, you know, has broken down, that has to be replaced. One municipality just lost both of their brushers all at once. I mean, it's all over. So this was a really good find and a really good buy.
Sure. Right, well, line up.
Okay, so do you have time on Thursday to meet with Gerald, Annette, and I to go over the lighting project?
Yes.
What time would you like? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. And let's check here. I don't want to disrupt work is what I'm saying, but we really do have to meet on site, I would say. And I think the heat wave will be over.
I believe it's gonna rain on this.
I'll bring an umbrella.
You do.
What's the best time for you guys?
I have an 11 o'clock and then I'm leaving at noon, so
Oh,
anytime like 9,
yeah,
30.
Georgie, 9 o'clock?
Sure.
Brilliant, okay. Okay, that's a done deal. Birch Road. We've got this lovely letter and all the petitions to have it blacktopped. Unfortunately, I don't even know if it's a discussion item without the length of the road, the cost of blacktopping, and any other ancillary thing that you can think of. I spoke to Mr. Birch about this. I knew all about it, so did Annette. The problem is that I didn't get to you quick enough to get it wouldn't be done this year, no matter what. So it would be a budgetary item for next year if council decided to do it. But there are so many considerations with the amount of gravel road we have. And would blacktopping this one road make your life easier? There are so many considerations. So I know that I've just put a lot on you with Mr. McDonald, but can we just ask you, and maybe even Jason, if it's not our next meeting, maybe the meeting after that.
Yep.
Perhaps the cost of the amount of gravel and calcium we're putting on it at this time and the amount of grading, like I'm not really sure what the break even would be. Because we can't just say, oh, blacktopping it's gonna cost $200,000, we don't have 200,000. If we're putting 50,000 worth of gravel and we're doing this and then is there
Balance.
a balance? Yes, a break even point or a return on investment even over a couple of years.
Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Thank you, and it was so wonderful for all these people to send us their notes, but it's tough to do when it's not budget time anyway, so.
No.
Thank you. And the last thing I had, did you know that 512 was supposed to be started yesterday?
I did have an update.
Okay,
I've been just kind of just reading them over quickly and
okay, so they were supposed to start August 11th. I don't think they're gonna get started until the end of the week. But I think we better be prepared for a lot more traffic on Sand Road. I will be taking Sand Road. Just a heads up.
and that's the thing, right, when these construction come on, then our roads get a beating.
I know. I know,
But
and it's a huge project.
it is.
I mean, from Silver Lake all the way to the village. That's a lot of roadway.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything else?
I had nothing else. Thank you, Chair.
I think we're good.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Jason.
Have a good day.
You too, Jay. Stay cool, man.
And Daryl, water and sewer report, please.
And what are you sorry for? How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Well, I don't have as much as Jason, but any questions for me?
Nothing. Does anything.
Everyone's going along the same.
You didn't do the shrug.
Yeah, I know. All good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so far anyways.
Well, I'll give you a conversation that I had on the weekend. A lady called me up and said, "Are you drinking Eganville water?" And I said, "Yes." Well, she says, "I play my the radio station in Renfrew all the time, and they're saying, don't drink the Bone Sugar River water. It's polluted. Don't even let your animals in it." So I called Gene and said, if it was that bad, I would have known about it as a counselor.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You meant Jen,
So,
he phoned
Jen-
me, and I'm like, oh, maybe they were talking about the beach and RCDHU coming in and testing the water for swimming. How it got to that actually scared me.
I
When
think,
Merv phoned.
I think maybe the problem may have been further down the Bone Sugar, where there could be chemical problems, you know?
Yeah, no, but anyways, we haven't got the result
But
back
I
yet.
didn't want to get the gossip column going.
Yeah. Oh,
I
good.
wanna stop it right here. No, there's no problem. Everybody's drinking it.
Yeah,
But when Merv phoned, I thought that went from here to, yeah.
so the ministry sampled on Wednesday. And we sampled yesterday,
Okay.
so,
But this is, remember, this is a radio station.
yeah,
And they may have not wanted to say in the Renfrew area, they just sent it out to Bone Sugar River.
so there was a green blob
Oh,
there.
there's a lot of algae there, but that never hurt anybody.
Like that, but it wasn't that blue, like
Yeah.
it didn't have the blue color.
Yeah.
And today it's gone compared, yesterday it was gone already
Yeah.
The
completely.
blob made it, and I love that you're using that word because that's what everyone was calling it. The blob was all over social media.
But there was the weeds, I guess the river's getting so many weeds there that it's halfway across, the lily pads are coming up and it's stopping everything. The little bit of
Right.
flow we have, because
Yeah.
our flow is down bad.
But we're desperate for rain. This is scary.
So we're very lucky that we got all that rain earlier.
Okay.
I didn't really go to the inch, but to me, Golden Lake is still high.
Is it?
To me, yes.
But they must have shut Round Lake off already, Murph, because not last Thursday, the Thursday before, he must have shut the generators down because there's nothing going down.
Well, yeah, I said you could cross it on your sock feet and you wouldn't get wet.
But Sean Cameron sent are you part of that email chain? Sean did send an email. Not last week, maybe the week
Week
before
before.
about round.
Yeah, I figured. that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's probably why Golden's up,
Yeah.
or Golden's steady.
It's
Doesn't
steady.
seem to be like where I am. It seems
It's
to be
okay.
lower. Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so Sean's monitoring round then.
I don't know though. I'm just
Yeah,
checking
yeah.
year over year. It's perfectly where it should be.
Oh, you'd know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause especially.
I'm in it.
Exactly. I was gonna say,
You see my
espe-
pictures.
especially in front of your house.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Anyways, that's under control, unless something comes back, but
Thank you, Daryl.
the ministry is not too excited about it yet, so. But it
Awesome.
was good that they came up,
Yeah,
seeing it for themselves.
There's one thing that we can guarantee. If Daryl and his wonderful crew are not doing their job, Mayor Murphy would definitely get a phone call
Yeah.
immediately.
That's right.
And if it was that,
So thank you.
if the pollution was that bad, I would have got a phone call, hopefully, and our council would have.
I was gonna say, that's the other thing that confused me when you phoned Merv. Like, if I know something that bad.
Yeah.
Do you not think, or Annette, she's gonna let all the council know.
All-
It's
all
not
phones
just
are-
gonna be me.
All phones are gonna light up, and I,
Exactly.
if somebody kind of misses it, I said, I'll get kind of call.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
It had to be downriver further.
Daryl, if you're going out that way, can you send in Daryl 2 hours?
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah, that's, what a terrible rumor to go around.
And I wanted to call it.
Good on you, Merv.
I wanted to call it. And I said, well, I should have known, council should have known, but maybe somebody didn't forward it.
Yeah, but if it was something that drastic, I wouldn't even just email, I'd start phoning.
Yeah.
Your phones would be lighting up. Hey, Daryl.
Hello.
Hello.
We look forward to the fire and building. report.
Mm,
So, yeah, July was very quieter. I know. Well, I have to, it is what it is, Rita, that's past.
In John's business, it's like if you're in the emergency, it's all really quiet in here.
Um, so, and we did move into a level 1, July 15th. And then as of August 11th at midnight, we went into a level 2. And we've been getting mixed emotions.
Yes,
So what I was trying to do was let the people decide. And I always told people that, and Lorna does an excellent job of informing the public, that it's on them, and if they make one mistake, we were gonna move. But with what's going on around us, we had no choice.
agreed.
Yeah, so we had to make the move. And it is extremely dry, and I've been checking the weather forecast. And there's no moisture in the next, very minimal in the next 14 days. So we're gonna need about 3 or 4 days of a good steady rain before we're really consider taking this off.
I think all council supports that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's really too bad because, you know, one of the most fun things is coming up here, or if you live here or you're at your cottage and you have a little bonfire. But yeah, this is outrageous.
We're like, there's not a lot of crown land here, so it's not like people are going into some of the lakes. It is more cottages, so.
Yeah.
It's more right beside the water, but still, with what's going on around us, I mean, Petawalla's been working on that one. There's a couple from the South Front, and I had 6 or 7 going. And Quarthas and Bancroft, so
Yeah.
they're moving around us,
Barry's Bay had one from a cigarette butt.
yeah.
Well, in Golden Lake, on the Big Island, someone's been having bonfires and they had, someone recently had to go and put it out. That was last week, I believe.
Was that Beatty's Island?
Yeah. That's a bigger one, can't remember.
Yeah,
which
that's
one.
right up front of Goldcrest Lodge.
Is that ours?
Yeah, it's ours,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Challenging for us to get there.
So, Chief, a question, and if you do see someone with a fire that seems to be dangerous, which all fires right now, what's the route that a citizen would take? Would they call?
Here to call 911. I've informed the firefighters and the officers that we are gonna go 0 tolerance. If somebody has a fire, we will issue a provincial offensive act fine. Depending on how they are receptive, it could be as minimal one. If they're gonna be belligerent, we're gonna up the ante.
I hate the fact that people have to phone 911 for these because it clogs up the 911 system. That
There's-
is not an ideal system.
There's the problem with moving to a level 2, is we could be chasing campfires for a while.
Yeah, I wish that we had a centralized number that one of you carried that phone. That you're on call and you're carrying the phone and that's the phone number that people call. As opposed to 911 and then what apparatus is sent. How many people are on scene.
Yeah.
I think it's a dangerous game with our resources, not only with our apparatus, but with our human resources. I think that there's gotta be a better way to facilitate this in this kind of drought.
but the only reason we do 911 is because we can track the call. I know, and then it goes into our system, which is then sent to the MNR. We always let them know, then it gets sent to Solgen, because every quarter I have to send all these reports in. So it's a tracking system, but I understand where you're coming from.
I think you could still track using a cell phone, but you'd have to ensure that whatever human had the phone, they were on call. So I think that I personally, I'd like to hear from other members of council, but I would love it. And I'm not talking about forever and always, I'm talking
Just
about
wondered.
specifically during this kind of ban, during this kind of heat wave and drought. Because you are going to get more calls and you will be chasing campfires,
Absolutely.
because people won't understand
Yeah.
that campfires under level 2 are not allowed.
Yeah.
So I think that there's gotta be a better way during an event like this. So I'd like you to consider that.
Well, regardless of how we do it, I mean, we're gonna be sending a water truck anyways, because we can't rely on the person to say, well, we'll put it out when you guys leave. That won't be happening.
Right.
We will be extinguishing it ourselves. You know, it's something to think about, because I know I talked about if we get a call, I was gonna go ahead out in my vehicle and inform them, you know, but we still do have to send the troops regardless. So,
Agreed, I just think that the initial complaint, concern, call should not necessarily be the 911. That's my only,
yeah,
I agree, it might be an unwise use of large provincial resources. However, you make a good point, and I hope that each person gets tagged. I guess now we're at a zero tolerance level, somebody's gonna get tagged, that should convince a lot of people that they know that this is not the time
and
to be lighting.
and the people also have to realize that they gotta take it upon themselves if they're coming into this township to reach out. And because it's out there, I mean, the province is dry. I'm kind of surprised the MNR hasn't went to an RFZ, which is a restricted fire zone.
me too.
But there is my take on it is they don't have the resources, because they do the enforcement then.
Right,
They don't have the resources right now because they are stretched.
and we did that it was a few years ago that M&R did that, and it was very helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but again, the people that have to come into a township, they have to make the phone call, do their due diligence to find out what's going on. So we'll just keep,
Yeah, you probably received a phone call from an upset gentleman as well. I received a phone call that we're allowing campfires and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, you've got it under control.
yeah, I never received a phone call. I did see the email.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and I've been watching this.
And, when you come into this township, right on the bottom, no fires,
Yeah,
period.
and we are
not at
working on,
every entrance.
yeah, and we are working on putting up more signs to cover all the entrances.
Yeah,
So
that,
people are aware.
that's the key.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Merv is right.
yeah.
I mean, they're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think that you should have somebody on call. I don't know if the other members of, just until this is over.
Okay, I'll,
It just might be easier.
okay, I'll,
Oh, and the person that reached out to Merv reached out to me and I emailed him back. I think that our residents need to understand it's very difficult to change regulations at, noon on a Friday. I think that's I know the province does it to us, but I'm not trying to pass that down to our residents. It's very, or mid-weekend. I mean,
exactly,
unless it's an emergency. I know that we were getting some heat, pun intended, for not having a total fire ban when our neighbors did, but if that Friday afternoon has gone past, it's
difficult.
really difficult. And you can't really go out and find people when you've changed the rules.
Right, without
Right.
having a chance to acclimatize.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Whitewater was still holding level 1 and so was McNabb, and they both since, I know McNabb switched. I'm not sure about Whitewater at this point.
Okay,
Everybody else in the county has rolled it up to 2,
okay,
so,
well, that's good. Good.
okay. And my false alarm bylaw draft is attached, and so I'll,
So it's extremely punitive, if I may, Mr. Chair. So in Renfrew, it used to be, and I don't know if it still is. It used to be if you had 3 in a row, then you potentially would be fined. This seems to be that your second one, you're getting fined.
It's all within 1 year, like if you have one in 1 year and another year lapses and you have another one, it's just another warning. I mean, I received an email that I've been asked to bring them all the false alarms, which I'll do the next council report.
And we know that there are sort of 3 repeat offenders.
Yeah,
Okay, so, yeah.
and it's not to say that we could change this if we want.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a little less draconian.
I don't. Anyways, I'm gonna just take your time, and give you a little story. Once upon a time, back in the 1980s, I was a member of the Ontario Association of Chiefs of Police. And that topic come on at one of the meetings is whether the province should enforce the no burning or whether it should be up to the municipalities. And obviously they left us, nobody would touch it, so it was decided from the chiefs of police, let each municipality handle their own problem. Well, that says 88, it took this long.
Well, it's not like the bylaws are nothing new, it's just there was never one here.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
We learned that very quickly opening Murphy's Auto Service.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think we do know that there might be several, Daryl, but I know that there are 3 that have consistent issues. And I think we can work with those 3. The verbiage of this bylaw is excellent. The bylaw itself is good. It was when I got to the schedule of fines that it sort of made me think it's
We have you handed.
very heavy-handed, great term. And I know that it would be within your purview or your 2IC, whoever's going out.
Yeah.
It would be up to them whether to fine or not. I get that. But the fines themselves are quite heavy-handed, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, that can be changed, because if we adopt this bylaw, it has to go down to be approved
Yes,
anyways. So, we can rework that. What I'm also gonna do is figure out when we're rolling out the door, what it actually costs a township.
that would be very useful information when you come back with your list of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, we'll keep that on the docket.
So they can
That's
see,
great.
that you can see the comparison of to what it's costing us when we roll. to
Yes.
What we're gonna recover.
So that list will have to be provided in closed session.
Yes, absolutely.
Just, we don't want to shame our residents.
We just want to start the false alarms.
Well, they are expensive, those in medical, when you're not really needed, but yes.
Okay. The building, the permits are coming in. Again, they're coming in waves. I'll clean them all up and then I'll make the comment, it's not busy, and all of a sudden I get another whack at them, so,
See,
yeah.
see? I just proved my point, or you just proved my point.
But I'm okay with it in the building, and you can see by the values that really, we're not that far off from where we were last year in August.
I had to do the math, but I agree.
I should say, sorry, July. We really weren't that far off. Yes. So I think it has to do with a lot of the, everything's up, the prices are up. But, I'm agree. People are still building houses. I have a few houses on the docket, so.
Wow,
All good. And we were forewarned because Jason Zor told us that Snowdrifters is real busy. with
exactly.
demolition and
Kind of a
construction.
limestone.
Makes perfect sense.
There's been a lot of smaller stuff, like people are tearing down their old garages to build new garages, and there's been additions, but I do have, I'm not sure what the number. Maybe I already. Yeah, I think I'm up to 9 new residential, so.
Wow,
That's pretty darn good.
that is good.
And I have one sitting there once I'm finished with this deck permit, then I have another one that I'm waiting to get into. So.
Then be gone, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Go permit.
have a good one.
You need oh, no, we don't need Kevin.
We need and want Kevin.
Yes, yes, we do.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
I know, right?
he always sends us great pictures.
He does too. I always appreciate the photos.
Thank you, thank you. The, just shows that, you know, a little bit of painting and freshening up makes a big difference,
I agree.
so. Anyways, for around the arena, my recreation report, the day camp, about 25 to 30 kids, great turnout, great turnout. Taste of the Valley was over the top.
That was unreal.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
big day.
it was a big day.
Yeah.
Especially with Wheels in the Park.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, no, it was a great turnout, great feedback from the county and the organizers, so
Yeah.
it's good.
Well, thank you to you and your staff as well, and to Annette and to everybody that. I understand that there was some weed whacking done in the parking lot prior to, you did such a great job.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That, you've been asked to do it other places now, tidy up the weeds, I like it. I like it, no, it was an excellent day,
No, it was great, it was great.
and it was over 1,500 people.
Yeah, it was, yeah,
Dave Wybu had the clicker.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was great day. And I think this weekend coming up again with the gun show, we'll be right there again, numbers wise, it's hard to say, but it's always busy, so in the past it's been quite busy. Rotary Beach swimming programs back rolling again, and
Nice.
so that's good. Tourist information booth, just mostly, I asked the students here, what was the most common question asked, well, for people coming in was, where's the Bonter Caves? So that was,
I
feedback.
don't think Hinsberger could put up more signs to tell you where Bonashir Caves is.
Joe Tracy Park, our final night is the August 22nd with, Kai Jameson's, for his evening.
I will be there. And that's going as well.
And our students, freshened up the,
Thank you for doing
the assault survivor monument. Soccer is finished, ball is done. Up at the Legion Field, like the car show that day was, I didn't get up there, but
There were over 90 entries for the show,
wow.
like the cars, plus paramedics, fire, and there were hundreds of people. It took me 17 minutes to get from the arena to Legion Field, which is like, it's unheard of.
Unheard of, yeah.
Unheard of, but amazing. It was a good problem to have.
Yeah.
But it was funny sitting in my truck, just up here from Subway, and people were walking, they're like, hi, Jen, hey, they were walking faster than I was.
And they're saying, gee, Murphy, your truck's not that old. Why is it in the parade?
Seriously. Oh, I'm so getting my Volvo on the road for next year and entering that car show.
There you go.
It's awesome. Kevin, Legion Field sign looks incredible.
Yes, it turned out very well.
It turned out way better. Like it looks so, I was driving, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so, the side of the building, Canadian flag
Yes,
and poppies down on the other side.
yeah,
I got permission from the Legion and the district to put poppies on. If you can maybe find somebody that would stencil them or one of our amazing artists that would do them.
yeah.
I don't know if everybody knew this, but you do have to get permission to use poppies,
Oh, okay.
and we can't walk on poppies. So our sidewalk can't have poppies. I am assuming that the company that's doing it has done them all over and knows you can't walk on poppies. So 1 o'clock on September 21st. So that's an hour before Legion Week traditionally starts at the Legion. The Legion people are going to come and we're going to cut the ribbon on the new arch, side of the building, sidewalk.
For Legion Week, that's marvelous.
Isn't it lovely? I love it. I'm very happy about this. Again, I understand they would prefer it on Veterans Way. But I explained the plow and the salt and the sand and the maintenance. I want to be very respectful of our veterans and veterans that visit here. And speaking to other council members across the province who have pride sidewalks and everything, there's a hefty amount of maintenance that goes in, especially on highly traveled roadways. So I know that it's not perfect, but I think it's lovely anyway, and I'm excited to see it. So, thank you, Kevin.
That's pretty much the end of my report. Any questions from council?
I don't know how they're keeping the flowers alive.
Yeah, that's the kind of, I said, if you can, that makes some flowers survive in this heat, you're doing something right,
Yeah,
so.
and I just keep seeing them driving around. Like,
Anyways, that's end of my report.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
this picture of the arch doesn't even do it justice. Like the before and after.
Yeah, that's turned out well. Turned out very well. Yes, thank you. Very good.
Yeah, Sandra Barr.
Yes. So the August 7th budget report, budget versus actuals, is in your folder as well as the balance sheet up to July 31st. Did anybody have any questions on that? Okay, we received many. No.
No,
We've received many of our transfer payments from the government, as you could see. Like 3 big ones came in a row, so.
no, it really did freak me out. I'm like, why are all these, why do we have all this money? And then I realized we have it, but we haven't spent it, but we will.
Yes. So on July 31st, I calculated out the 47 payment in lieu of taxes bills, just over $64,000. So those are the ones that go to provincial government. On August 1st, calculated out the 2025 final tax bills, just under $4 million, and they were taken to the post office at the end of the day. So I do apologize to the staff at the post office. So we literally took them down right before they closed. I know, just out.
So I hope you're not gonna be the catalyst for Canada Post going on strike.
Yeah, no, so I think they were just gonna deal with them on Tuesday morning.
I think that was probably a good idea, yeah.
Yes, yes. So then after that, calculated out 3 supplemental tax billings. They're 49,000, and then I did a write-off batch just under 13,000. And last night, we had the first meeting of the Killaloe OPP Detachment Board in Killaloe. The next meeting will be November 17th.
Now, that's the meeting that you can actually distribute the police reports, not like last night's, right?
Yes, yes. Because last night's report wasn't included in the package.
Yes, I understood that, yeah.
Yes, but going forward, we can distribute the stats. That's what we were told last night anyway, because I remember in the past, we were not allowed to distribute the stats.
Sandra, we weren't even allowed to talk about them at the council table.
So,
They were allowed to see them and then we had to take them all back. When Annette told me this, I've never heard of this.
yeah,
And I never knew why they were confidential.
yeah.
Why?
Apparently Pembroke puts them as part of the package, so
Okay,
Killaloe was going to.
he said we could as well. So unless something changes between now and then,
What report, sorry, for my reference, is this?
so at the Police Services Board, you
Yeah.
get a package that has all of your stats in it.
Yeah.
So
township,
how
yeah.
many drug-related
Yeah.
crimes, speed, all of them, you get a list. But then after the Police Services Board meeting is over, they take them away. You're not allowed to discuss them or debate them or talk about amongst us, say, how can we make it better, you know, would more cameras work, is it more community policing, boots on the street in Eganville, like what? We
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
even allowed to bounce ideas out. So when Annette told me or asked me this morning, have you ever heard of this? I'm like, no, just the opposite. We've always been told that they were confidential. And we never understood why. Like, we're not giving out names. It's not like somebody saying,
I was gonna say, they're not giving out names.
right,
It's just a report card on.
that's all it is. It's just, under drug-related offenses, 2. Speed enforcement, 1, like, that's all it
Yeah,
is.
there goes on, some, well, drug enforcement, dash 15% or reduce
Oh.
15%,
Right, and they've got the hours spent
yeah.
on each.
And they have the results, whether it was increasing or decreasing.
Yeah, you're right, Merv. But all I really cared about at that time were our actual numbers.
Yeah.
You know, no, like destruction of property, like graffiti in now Gerald Tracy Park. That's all I really cared about. And that's
Yeah.
all I wanted the table to know, but nope, they were always confidential.
So our police services board is the Killaloe Detachment Board.
For now,
It's something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
which staffer or elected represents us, or can people go to when they want to talk about that police
no,
service? board?
Merv represents us, Sandra's our staffer, I'm the alternate, but this is also very convoluted, so. Killaloe Detachment has seven municipalities and central government, okay. But now we've been absorbed by UOV. Which also Upper Ottawa Valley. Which includes like Pembroke, Laurentian Valley, Petawawa. So I don't know, we don't know what the future of our PSB is going to look like, correct?
I don't think they're going to make any changes at
Oh.
this time.
Okay, that's new intel. Cause when I asked you the last time, you were like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to change it.
Okay. So it will stay as the
The
Killaloe Detached.
Killaloe
Okay,
OPP Detachment Board is its name. It's not a-
okay,
It's not called the Police Services.
okay.
Well, I feel confident with Merv and Sandra looking after our interests will be kept in the loop.
Well, I understand that you are now, congratulations, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you. There's a reason for that.
No tooting his own horn there. Toot toot. You do have the background, my friend.
All right.
Great report,
Any
Sandra.
questions, Sandra? We're good. And now moving on to Annette's report, administration.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Over the last little bit, I did have some holidays, but I did manage to complete the AMO delegation briefs. So we have meetings coming up next week at AMO with Minister of Energy and Mines, Ministry of Finance, and Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks. I've also attended multiple meetings with the LES Water Wastewater Cohort, which again meets every month, and I will, once we get through all of it and there are outcomes and there are items to share, I will bring them forward. And happy to say we have 25 participants for the MAP Renfrew County Board, so that's got to roll. So that's a very good initiative that I've been working on for a little bit there. So that'll be nice. And the EV chargers have been ordered for Whitewater, Northumberland, Wilberforce, and ourselves. So whenever everyone will arrive, that they have been ordered now, so.
No ETA.
No ETA at the moment. And the vehicles, the tender was out in vehicles, and that is in today's package. We also have draft agreements for Miller's Waste for the collection of the village, for the Blue Box recycling program transition. So, but we do want to review those in closed session, because of course, until we're all in agreement with what we're signing, Miller's like to advertise to everyone, you know, what we're in negotiations for, because they are the only person in town at the moment who's been appointed by the province, so they're working with all municipalities for negotiations. But once we go through them today, if everybody's in favor, then they will come back to an open council meeting, all of the documentation, so it will be visible at some point. And yes, so on the tenders, we received two, but the second one came in after the opening was already done and it was late, and so we can't accept it. So we really only have one to consider for tonight's council meeting, and I put in a recommendation there for McKinsey Motors for the 2026 Chevrolet Equinox. one for ourselves, one for North Laguna, and one for Whitewater, which is 80% funded by the Rural Transit Fund, and then of course the 20% is split by the three remaining municipalities.
So on that, I would just like to say, I think Mackenzie Motors gave us a very good deal for 3 vehicles. I was concerned about the battery warranty, so I went right to that. It is 8 years. Sorry, being in the business, the battery warranty to me is more important than anything else on the car. So I'm thrilled about that. I think they gave us a very fair price. And quite frankly, that's where I got my vehicle, and they're very easy to deal with. I will say my disappointment that they couldn't be hybrid, that only electric, but I think that you did an excellent job with this, so thank you. I just wanted to touch on your AMO delegations as well. We did not get the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing over strong mayor powers. I am quite disappointed. I'm afraid that this is sort of the writing on the wall. About strong mayor powers, I will not rant today like I normally do. I think my crazy has been proven enough. But I'm hopeful, but I am not cautiously optimistic that they will not be passed out, so. And if again, at a Roma meeting a couple of weeks ago, hot topic of conversation, and many people, councillors and mayors will not run because of them. And we are concerned about staff, of course, and not just senior leadership staff, all staff. Because if I have a problem with a net and I fire a net, now the rank and file is on edge. So this isn't every 4 years where a new council could be elected. This is, you're on your toes all the time. That is not good for any employee ever. And I don't care whether you're talking Annette, her senior leadership team, or any part of our Bonnechere Valley family. So those there, I did kind of have a rant, even though I promised you I wouldn't. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was very disappointed when we didn't get the delegation.
what the staff has to be concerned about is what's the next council going to be, you know? Could get someone there, that I'm going to straighten things out.
Not the next council member, the next mayor.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you can't keep me in line, we got a problem, sir.
Well, I'm curious, when you do learn at the AMO meeting, what subjects were brought up at the ministers' meeting or round table, that if it's not on there, that would be very surprising and very, very disappointing.
Okay, so number one, they will not announce this at AMO. Absolutely not, because that's going to mean that the minister and Port Graydon will be flagged in the hallways at even if he takes a delegation of it for something else in his ministry. That's all this is going to be about. So, we've all got our bingo cards. Mine is 4 o'clock on the Friday of the long weekend. Because again, they love 4 o'clock, the Friday of a long weekend.
Let's just call it as it is, they're dance cards.
Yes, yeah, so in any case, but again, great job on the EVs. I was so thrilled when I read it, because I know that there's been some issues with pricing on these bad boys. So I think that's good.
Can I ask a question? So regarding the battery warranty, 8 years,
Yeah,
what does a traditional battery cost after 8 years to service these vehicles?
More than the car.
wait a minute,
Is it
for an
To
EV,
replace this, like if something happens with the battery after 8 years for these vehicles?
it's about 15,000. On a Chevy Equinox, yeah, you're about right, about
Yeah.
15,000.
15, okay.
Yeah, but to your point, I've always said, once the warranty's done, and I'm talking that 3-year normal warranty. Like,
Yeah.
it's also very difficult to find somebody that will work on all electric vehicles around here. Like, they're not, you
Yeah.
can't just, Dave basically wears a hazmat suit and gloves. He looks like a surgeon when he's working on them. Cause you can't backfill electricity, and you can't do this and you can't do that. They're not easy to work on.
Yeah.
But you basically have to be in a plastic suit, very careful with every component. But the other thing is, the batteries are enormous. And despite what people say, they are not recyclable or recoverable, so.
Just my feeling is that after 7 or 8 years, or 6 or 7 years, the battery is worth more than the car.
You were probably correct,
Hence,
Yeah.
they die at 8 years, they die.
yeah. I mean, the battery on a Tesla is the size of a Tesla. It's the entire undercarriage of the Tesla. Yeah. They're pretty impressive, actually, how big they are. But they don't last forever,
Yeah.
and they're a lot more than $15,000.
Hmm.
Even on a Prius, I'm gonna say 7 or 8 years ago, they were $7,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, on to,
Yeah, so the only other delegation that we did request was for Ministry of Infrastructure, and they did reach out and give us a bunch of times. But anyway, it didn't work out. But we've said we're either going to touch base, just on a one-on-one meeting, after AMO, or, you know, we can try again at Roma. But it was, you know, talking about connecting link and things like that, so. And then the other part of my report, of course, is Erica's report and Sarah's report. So the public meetings are there on Erica's report, along with the licenses, and the emergency management. So we do have that yearly exercise that's coming up on October 23rd, if everyone, sort of made note of that. So it's starting from 9 to 12 with, some education through Emirates, a county-wide one, and then the exercise itself will start at 1. So it'll be a pretty full day on October 23rd.
yeah,
Sorry, what time was that? 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock, yeah.
And we'll anticipate doing it at the Eagle's Nest again as last year, as our similar one.
Not sure.
I don't know.
We're all gonna, if we're gonna meet at the county, like, I don't know if we're meeting at the county.
Yeah.
Or if we're gonna do our own education portion here first, and then be part of the county-wide where we're gonna participate in our own here. So we'll get more information from Erica on location, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much more information on it either.
We'll go where Annette sends us.
That's right.
Okay.
Just earmark October 23rd.
Yeah, don't make plans. No dentist appointments that day.
And then with Sarah's report, she was looking for some direction from council on Driftscape. So we've looked at a couple of different applications of this, where it was something that was recommended in our tourism plan. And so we've looked at a few different things. This is another platform that, you know, does interactive maps and mobile tours and all that kind of stuff. And we've got some great stuff, you know, between the murals that the museum did and the, you know, the historical sites that we have and the trail. And so, what we want to know is, are we interested in having a quick presentation from Driftscape to council?
Okay, so yes, but I have another question. So it's $15. It's approximately $1,500 prorated from now until the end of the year. If they came and present, it's gonna be prorated either way, right? Okay, so let's call it $1,000. Can Driftscape come present? If we like it, then we rent it until the end of the year and try it out. Oh, but I guess it would be used more in the summer, wouldn't it? Yeah, during tourist season. So it's about 4,000. For the year.
Per annum.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
Let's start with the.
let's start with the presentation.
Re-educational.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard that. And the swim program they're getting moved to Rotary Beach because they were having some algae issues up at Lake Dory. So we have, reactivated. Rotary Beach was approved under was the Red Cross. Now the Life Saving Society's taken over the Red Cross, but they were an approved site for swimming lessons. But they became inactive because of course COVID and all that. But now we've reactivated the site, so it'll cost a few $100, but I think, you know, both for this year and for years to come, the parents and the teachers seem to really like that location. So if that is what people would like, then I think it's worth it.
Give the people what they want.
You know, I think she mentioned Camp Switty and the Youth Summit. We're still working on submissions for that one, for the logo of the Youth Summit. And Taste of the Valley, I think we talked about lots here today, how great it went, and Music in the Park, we talked about that as well. the Vulture Authors Festival, as well, went really, really well. So that was great, the library putting that on again.
You heard of that, John?
I did. 3 of them.
Was well attended,
Very-
from what I hear.
That third day, there were over 100 people crammed in there. We had to find some more chairs.
That's amazing.
It's really good.
The Golden Lake Property Owners Association, we did have our summer student go and, have information available for people there. And you went as well, yeah, nice you went too. The community improvement plan, so we haven't had any applications. I know the county's put up this hike program as well, which funds half of it, so we're hoping that before the end of the year, we've had a couple of inquiries. But we're hoping we get at least one in, because we're always happy to have that and we budget for it, so.
I know.
let's do it.
I keep urging people to use it.
And so we did submit, as you know, the health and safety water stream. I haven't heard back yet on that, so still hoping that comes forward, and did recently submit Agri-Spirit Fund for the accessible beach mat and the accessible picnic tables. It's 100% funded. So I know those were both initiatives that council talked about before. So as it's 100% funded, well, we know we're interested, so.
Yeah, we are.
For that. And then, we're still looking at other grants, ease grant that's come out for that type of thing, or other accessible things that we can put together. And yeah, always looking at whatever funding opportunities are coming along and sort of initiatives that council has directed us, that we're interested in doing. So always looking for wherever we can do that. I think that is all I have. Unless there's any questions.
That's very good. Thank you. We'll be hearing more on that later. Many items. Okay. Good time for a short break.
Sure.
Gonna ask that.
Let's take 10 minutes and but
Thank you, John.
don't go out for the fresh air. It's too hot.
It's really hot.
And don't steal the popsicles in the fridge.
back live.
Thank you. Welcome back. We next have item 7 on our agenda, correspondence, correspondence A. Anyone have any questions or comments?
Just, again, I want to acknowledge the amazing communication out of the county, AMO, Roma, EORN, EOWC. I think instead of me briefing you on things that, like, I can touch on things that I think are important for Bonnechere Valley. That, you know, what affects us. But having the full briefing of each of those meetings, I think is really important and gives everybody an idea of the work that goes on behind the scenes that you don't necessarily always know about. The advocacy is crazy, so.
I'm in agreement. The watch files from AMO, you can easily scan them and your eye will get drawn to the thing that interests you. It doesn't have to be a Bonnechere Valley thing, but a municipal service thing.
Yes.
Correspondence B. Are there any items there that we need to discuss further or take action on?
Battery energy storage is funny, we just talked about that.
Yes,
Yes.
they are firmly opposed to that storage facility. Debbie, did you want? Oh, I got it, forgot it.
That's you.
The only thing that I would ask is if council's not supporting any of the other initiatives is, I just would quickly mention, Mr. Chair, so the notice to public bodies from North Laguna Wilberforce, it's just because they're within 5 kilometers from our boundaries, so that's why they notify us. I did let them know that I didn't think there would be any concerns with that it was coming to council today, so that if I heard different, I would let you know as soon as possible with their public meeting that's coming up. And of course, the number 10 and number 13 as well.
Well, 10 we sort of dealt with.
Yeah.
Yeah, over with Jason.
So with item 10, the petition, we definitely need more facts.
Yeah.
Before we can go further in discussion.
Yeah, I didn't even think that it was appropriate to discuss today. We need costing, we need, he brings up a good point in his letter, and he obviously has a lot of support. I would like to see what the cost comparison is. You know, it's a highly used road apparently, and
And number 13, the request to purchase a portion of road allowance, that would normally come our way through public meetings eventually.
Yes, so usually what I do is when someone asks about it, I ask them to send in a request as this person has, and try to see if council is in favor in principle of it before we spend money on advertising in public meetings. That all gets billed back to the resident, and there's no point in them spending money if council is absolutely opposed to the closure itself. So we did look at this one once before with the connecting portion that we just had a public meeting for. But we separated them because it was too many people involved and it wasn't moving forward. So we moved the first one forward. So this is the second half of that. And they reached out afterwards and said they're still interested as well. And I said, well, they were removed from the first request. But happy to take their request back to council. And if we still agree in principle, because again, this was 2 years ago, so if we still agree in principle that second portion, it is just the one property owner on both sides. So it wouldn't be as complicated.
That was the map on the last page of our.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right. So if we are still interested, I would let them know, and then they could move forward with a public meeting, we did also reach out to them and let them know that their neighbors were right now doing the survey, so they should call them sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
To save those dollars, so, yeah.
Well, they want the squiggly marked portion, so.
Yes, yes.
It's in,
Very technical.
so it's in,
No. Is that what they want?
they
Yeah,
want-
squiggly.
They want the squiggly and the
Yeah.
other person wanted the dotted and.
Very
yeah, that's-
technical.
Yeah,
so this is in good hands with Annette. Thank you. And we may hear more later.
yes, as long as we're
Yeah.
support again in principle.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
And correspondence C, none.
Nada.
Unfinished business. We've all been looking forward to the mayor's report.
Well, thank you, Chair. So since my last report, I attended 11 meetings and a few events, and some of the highlights are as follows. And I will remind you that this whole thing about having July off is a farce. I did not get July off. Anyway, county council, however, does not meet in July. But again, I just wanted to note that Highway 512, Wayment Road construction was, I wrote this before yesterday, was scheduled to begin yesterday. And it will be restricted to one lane each way. They're not doing detours, but again, plan your routes as you need. Yeah,
Well, just, when you're talking county roads, I just wanna let you know that Ruby Road, the portion is all done, but we're painting on the line.
that's fantastic. And yes, they are actually ahead of schedule with
Yeah.
Ruby. Yeah, that's great, Mark. Thanks for letting me know. So the Roma board met on July 18th, and the Roma report is in your package. Planning is already underway for our January Roma conference. We've also done some work on rebranding. However, the first brandings didn't fully capture what the board's vision was. Just of interest, and I put this in my report because I think that it bears speaking to. One of the board members brought up a municipality in his zone that received $18,000 for a housing project, which is expected to cost millions and millions. And so this amount wouldn't even cover basically the planning costs. So the warden and I were talking about different initiatives that are going on in the county right now. And we were saying that giving a municipality 18,000, giving them a grant is lovely to be able to say, right? We gave grants to this and this and this and this municipality. The problem is that they're diluting these funds to the point that they're not making meaningful impacts in certain municipalities. So obviously, if we were given 18,000, well, that's lovely. So we do a planning study, but then we need a developer and we need this and we need that. So it's a bit of a pro-con situation going on. Do we want the grants? Yes, we do. But 18,000 for a project that's going to cost millions and millions for good, attainable housing is not really the best way to put out these monies. Anyway, so it's something that, we're thinking about how do we lobby, advocate the provincial government, even up to the feds for some of the transfer payments that go to the province to make these grants more meaningful. Like, the Connecting Link grant, very meaningful. The one for our rural transit will net zero once we get these chargers installed after 4 years. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there are certain ones that have given us revenue ability with chargers, and an interesting transit idea, which I am fingers and toes crossed, hoping it makes us eligible for a provincial gas tax. So another pro, but I also see the downfall in some of these grants not being meaningful. So it was something that I noted during the meeting, and we talked about it afterwards on a break. So yes, Sean.
And municipalities everywhere would likely at least think about the fact that better, instead of giving $118,000 grants, why not give out two $90,000 grants?
Yes,
To worthy projects?
exactly. There are probably better ways to administrate the grants other than saying, oh, look, we gave this grant to 10 different municipalities, but 10 different municipalities don't have enough money to utilize the grant properly.
You can only use it to buy ice cream.
Yeah, so, well, we leave that up to John. But yeah, so just something interesting that came up that
Yeah.
I think that we're very purposeful here when we apply for a grant. We kind of know the end game, do we have in our reserves, our portion? We take into consideration a lot of items. However, in some of these grants, you apply to a maximum of, and then you get what you get. So it's a question of, do you send the money back? Or do you try and figure it out? Well, if you're talking about a $5 million project and you got 18,000, I don't like giving money back, but I think it would be prudent.
And we're not gonna commit to $5 million project with that much in our pocket.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, it's tough. Anyway, thanks for the question. So the Eorn board met on August 5th. Again, big farce. Eorn does not take the summer off. I did advise the Cell Gap project is in today's package. Again, leaps and bounds over the last few months with getting these towers lit up has made a tremendous difference. As I drive around Bonnechere Valley specifically, which I did during Taste of the Valley, I could not believe the coverage I had. So it was wild.
And that means there's probably 100 other people saying the same thing as you were saying.
And transferring to Rogers,
That's right.
Yeah. I
right?
have Rogers now too. right?
Yeah, like it's insanely better.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just can't believe when I'm at home and my phone rings, I'm like, oh. Anyway, I did advise the Eorn board that if I'm successful in my bid for warden, I'm going to step down as chair. I think, I've done we've gotten a lot of towers, so my work here is done. Under other items, I'm looking forward to the AMO conference. Huge thank you to Annette for providing the briefs for our delegations. I also have several county delegations and some Roma delegations. They denied us a multi-ministerial with Roma, which is very odd. We don't know why. And under events, on July 23rd, I have the honor of presenting Paul and Colleen Prince with certificates recognizing their decades of dedication to our soccer club. On July 26th, I attended Taste of the Valley at the arena, which was a tremendous success, drawing over 1,000 visitors to Bonnechere Valley. Many thanks to the county and to our staff for organizing such a wonderful event. On July 26th, after 17 minutes, I got to attend Wheels in the Park at Legion Field with over 90 entries and hundreds of attendees. This event was spectacular. Congratulations to the Bonnechere Museum, the Bonnechere Inspired team for planning such a fantastic event. And thank you for I got to be an honorary judge in judging the cars. It was very nice. On August 2nd, I attended the museum's smudging ceremony to launch the Bonnechere Inspired tour, and then traveled across the township to visit vendors. Thank you to Bonnechere Inspired, our vendors, hosts, and everybody who took part. I will tell you, I bought a tenderloin, locally grown on the Opeongo at Opeongo Springs. On the weekend, Dave made Korean beef out of it, Korean beef barbecue. Spectacular. I will be returning to Opeongo Springs for my local beef. And unfortunately, this morning, Annette and I attended the celebration of life of Rayanne Briscoe, who was a politician for decades. Annette's former mayor and a mentor to me at county for my first 4 years from 2010 to 2014. She was a force to be reckoned with, but Rayanne was an amazing mentor to me. And it was mentioned in Michael Donohue's speech that she was especially proud of mentoring women, young women that were coming on to county council. So, and that's my report. Thank you.
Just a question is, and I'm just beginning to read through all of the wonderful offerings on what I should be doing when I'm at the AMO meeting.
Mhm.
What I'd like is yours and Annette's guidance as to things that you like. The lunch, there's usually a lunch for rural electeds. Is that what we had last year?
Yes, I don't have the program yet.
No, I know, but you guys will help any of us who are there, like me and
No,
Tracy.
you're on your own, man.
Just go.
You figure it out.
So it's back to the new.
John's gonna be wandering around the West and going, where do I go? Yes, of course.
I
John.
really like the steel chainsaw display. I
Okay,
was surprised to see it there.
it's a trade show,
Anyway,
man.
so I look for, advice on the things that we should all attend together. And then otherwise I'll,
Okay, I will be honest, I am really delegation heavy.
get kind of stuck.
I am very stuck,
Okay.
so I just got a delegation at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So that's like, you will see me in running shoes.
Okay,
I only have 3, so you can text me and we'll meet up.
we'll talk.
You can text me too, I'm
And-
just saying, I might not always
And
answer.
like
so-
last year, I'll run into Tracy at the registration booth and we'll decide where we're gonna meet.
You're not going this year, so you're on your own.
Oh, you're gonna, so it's just me.
Yes,
Okay.
don't worry, we
I-
won't, you're not gonna be lonely, John.
Okay.
There'll be lots of county councilors around.
All good.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Will be.
We will be fine. It's gonna be a great conference. If you download the app, the program will be up on Friday.
The AMO app.
Yeah, so they sent out a blast on yesterday, maybe, or on Friday. And it's got sort of all the things you need to know,
And it goes like right on my phone.
right on your phone.
Wow. Okay, Pat, I may come and see you about that.
Welcome to 2005, John.
Hi.
What?
2005.
Yeah,
That was pure.
that's how
sarcasm.
long we've had stuff on our phone. That was good. He laughed. He knew what I was talking about.
I can laugh at myself. How about a date for our next meeting?
It is September 2nd.
And we'll be moving into twice monthly meetings at that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
September
Looking
2nd
forward
and
to it.
16th. Yeah, so, just to be clear, so that's when Brent's seat is vacant. Because his last day is August 31st.
Right, so September 2nd, we will have discussion.
We'll have discussion on the 16th. Because
Oh, yes, sorry.
yeah, because his seat's not officially vacated. I know that he's not here today due to work commitments.
Got it.
But we spoke this morning and yeah,
Okay, that's fine. Again, we'll do what Annette tells us to.
yes.
Immediate
Yeah.
sessions.
This wasn't on the agenda today, but I know next week is the County of Renfrew public meeting, right? Does the township have any role to play in that?
Do you want to
Handling the application or?
You want me to stick handle this? Okay, so this was the
Thank you
most,
for answering my question.
this
Not
is
on the-
this was so confusing.
Mhm.
So in February, we changed the policy at county that it would be the municipality. But it's a very convoluted policy. And then the county put out the ads for it. So then we have a role as in I would be there as, a representative of the township. But it would be James Rose as the chair of development and property that would chair it.
Mhm.
So then I phoned James and I said, okay, are you chairing it or I'm chairing it? And he said, no, I'm chairing it. I'm doing one for McNabb Braeside in October. And I'm like, awesome sauce. All right, so we'll do this together. Because James and I are great partners. So then, no. Now it's our meeting.
Oh, is it?
Now James will be there as the chair of development and property and the county will be there. But it is actually a township meeting.
It's our public meeting.
Yes.
But it's the county is the approval authority, so we're hosting the public meeting, we will do the minutes of the public meeting, but it's just to collect the information for the county staff will be there and James will be there. And then it will go back to Development and Property Committee at the county where they will make a recommendation to county council. So it's still gonna go back to county, but the public meeting itself is hosted by us, and that's a new policy. As Mayor
February.
said, from February, so yeah, so we are the test subject for that, and I think it'll be fine.
I would like to defend my confusion. James was confused as well. So between Annette and James and I, we were all confused. When the policy came out, I don't think I fully absorbed the change, but it's so nuanced. When it's a county, it's the county official plan.
Yeah.
And so everybody thought it was a county meeting.
And
So-
they advertise.
That's correct,
and well,
Yeah.
that's the weirdest part, right?
because they're making the decision. So all the info is going to them, but we're the the host of the meeting. Yes.
So is the format gonna be a presentation and then the public speaks, or what is the format?
It's similar to when we did our zoning bylaw, in 2022. Where, yeah, there'll be a script and, you know, we'll give a little bit, like a quick little bit of history. I think most people know, but we'll give a quick little bit of history. And then, yeah, then we're really, the whole meeting is, we want to hear from people. That's
Yeah.
the whole meeting. You know, we're not, you know.
But it's still very, I'm glad we got it, I'm glad we got it sorted out last week though.
Yes.
Cause the emails and phone calls were getting very confusing.
Mhm.
All right, just curious about that.
Bruce set us straight. Yay,
Yeah, we're
Bruce.
Yeah.
Good, okay, thank you.
But that is strange, right? That,
I mean, it looked to me like it would be the county running it, because that's what the.
And it used to
the
be.
County of Renfrew, right?
We
yeah,
just happened to be the first one under the new policy.
Okay,
Yeah, so
we're the test rabbit.
that's right.
all right.
Thank you, Debbie.
Well, I'm nice, okay, it's good, thank you.
I sent it to you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
So, as Debbie prepares to depart, I will need a motion to go into closed.
Yes, sir.
We'll just wait for a moment.
So if you could read the resolution to go into closed.
You've given it to me?
Yes,
There it
sir.
is, there it is, under the paint. Resolution dated this 12th day of August, 2025, moved by Tracy Sanderson, that committee proceed in closed session in accordance with the Municipal Act 2001, section 2239.2, to deal with matters as indicated below. A position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to negotiations. We need one mover for this, or second it?
One.
All in favor? We are in closed session. Vote by Jennifer Murphy.
Sure.
That council moves out of closed session at 15:29 to rise and report that council will met to receive information and give staff direction regarding contract negotiations with Miller Waste and approve minutes from July 15, 2025. Carried. Chair.
Awesome.
Well,
Sound of it.
then we come to the sad time of the day where we have to conclude this meeting.
I know.
I'll just, I
Be
think
back
that's all.
here at 5:30.
I'll
5:30.
I'll entertain a motion to close this session. Tracy Sanderson, all in favor?